Dynamic, articulate, perceptive, courageous, outspoken.
We got another one. Got another video I want to react to, and this one is by Lee Mark Triplett. 3 days ago, he posted a video. It says the 40-hour work week is a joke. The 40-hour work week is a joke. And you know what? Even though I just lost my job, I felt this way the whole way through. The whole way through every single day I worked that job. So let's see what Lamarck is talking about.
The days of working just 40 hours a week is over. You can scratch that, you can throw it away. Okay. People cannot survive of just working 40 hours a week. It don't really matter if you're making $20 an hour, $25 an hour, $30 an hour.
So even $30 an hour, which I was praying for, hoping to get at some point in time, is still not enough. Let me see what my brother's talking about, man.
And it really depends on, what state you in this country. $25, $30, they might sound like a lot to certain people, but it's based on the cost of living and where you from, right? You making $30, $35, $40 an hour here in Memphis, that's okay. That's durable because the cost of living ain't that high here, right? But prices have got expensive here in Memphis and around the country, right? Like I said, the average cost of rent is $2,000.
Yeah.
And majority of people that's working 9-to-5 job is bringing home $2,200, $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month before taxes, right? And your rent is around $1,500, $2,000, right? People are struggling. And when you tell people, right, and I just want to say shout out to, you guys for helping me get to 900 subscribers. We on the road to 1K. So I really want to appreciate everybody.
He got his 1K. They've been helping him out. They've been showing him love. And you know what? Since I'm watching your video, brother, and I see the subscribe button, I'm going to press it right now, man. Because that's how we grow on YouTube. When you watch somebody's content and you want them to go further, like their video, share their video, watch the entirety of their video because it really helps their channel. And Mr. Triplett, I'm going to watch your video in its entirety. Whether I like it or not, I'm going to watch your video in its entirety. That's what we do here.
For being here, engaging with the content, I truly appreciate it, right? But a lot of you guys came from the video that I made about working 40 hours and still struggling, right? Everybody in the comment section was agreeing with me, and they was letting me know about what's going on in their state and they struggling and how much they making and different things like that. But when I told people in order to have financial freedom for yourself, your job is not gonna give you that.
I say that all the time. Like a job, they call it a job for a reason. It's an acronym. Just over broke. Just over broke. J-O-B. You'll never get rich working for someone else. You have to find a way to earn your living on your own. You got to figure that out. And a lot of times, the best way you can earn a living doing that is by helping people, by providing a service or a product that people need, want, or could be useful. That's how you get rich. You get rich by providing a service or a product that people want, need, or could be useful to them. That's how you get rich. If you're not doing that and you're rich, then you are supremely lucky.
It's not for them to make...
See, because rich, right? What you don't realize about rich, right? There's another word called enrich. And the way you get rich is by enriching other people's lives. That's how you get rich, by enriching others. Makes sense, right? You get rich by enriching others' lives.
Make your life easier or help you get out of debt or live this lavish lifestyle that you want to live. Your paycheck is your reward. You come in there, you put in your hard work labor, and you get your hourly paycheck. Simple as that. They don't care nothing about nothing else that's going on in your life. They don't care that you sick.
And that's a fact. They definitely don't care about nothing that's going on in your life. Because when I got into my car accident recently, like almost a month ago, I had to take off from work because I was in the hospital. How you can't get released from the hospital to go to work. So while I was in the hospital, I was getting paid from the company. I didn't want to get paid. I saved my money, right? I didn't want to get paid while I wasn't at work, but I was somehow getting paid while I wasn't at work. And because of that, right? They gave me a piss test, found that my piss was dirty, and they let me go because they don't want to have to pay insurance money for somebody who's not here. I understand it, but it's messed up because this was my livelihood, and y'all just take it away from me because I was smoking weed, something that's legal in the state that I'm in. I wasn't smoking to where I couldn't perform my duties. I wasn't smoking to where I couldn't operate whatever I was using. Now I understand that, and that's the crazy thing. I don't even operate machinery on the job. I use a hand tool. It's not a power tool. It's a simple machine. It's a stick with teeth on the end. They call it a loop, right? I was using that, and I still got fired. Why? Because they don't give a fuck about nothing but the bottom line. I can confirm for you, someone who's been in the workforce for almost 20 years.
They don't care that you got to take care of your family. They don't care that you drowning in debt. They don't care that you got to pay this high ass rent. They don't give a damn. You put in your 40 hours, that's what you get paid for. But when I tell people they got to create something for themselves, it's always the negative people that want to come in and say everybody can't create a business, right? Business is this, business is that. That's not the answer. See, those are people that's programmed.
Yes.
Because like I said, in this country now, they only reward the creators. The creators are succeeding right now. You have to create something for yourself. You have to start something for yourself.
And I'm glad that he's saying this. I'm so glad that my brother is saying this. This is exactly why I made a YouTube channel and started posting videos every single day. Because I see what's going on. People who create things are the ones who are winning now. It's not people who are working and people who are sacrificing. It's people who are creating. Whether you're creating ideas, you're creating opportunities, you're creating content, you're creating something that people are indulging in and you're getting paid from it. That's why everybody wants to be a content creator. And I understand it. And I definitely understand it. You better get on this wave before it's too late.
You have to start a business for yourself. It don't have to be a multi-million-dollar business or $100,000 business. You could be bringing in an extra $1,000, an extra $500, an extra $3,000 a month by starting a business, right? Selling a service, doing content. I understand a lot of people can't do content creation. Cool. But you can do something. And it's for the people that's actually want to get more out of life and not just struggle at their job, because these people are not going to pay us what we worth. And the more money you make, the more inflation is going to increase and outpace your wages.
And I like that he said that as well. He said they're never going to pay you what you're worth. They can't afford to pay you what you're worth. They wouldn't make no profit if they paid you what you were worth. You got to think about it. You got to think about it, right? If they can afford to pay you what they paying you, how much you think they making off of you? That's what you got to think about. If they can afford to pay you $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour for your time, can you imagine what they are making off of you? You gotta remember, you're not the only employee. There are countless other people that they are paying this money out to, and they can afford to pay them that because what each employee is putting in. Let's say, okay, I'll give you the last job I had. I was making like 18 something an hour, right? 18 something an hour. So if I was making 18 an hour, I was probably getting them 30, 40, $50 an hour for the work that I was doing. It only makes sense. They can only afford to pay you that because they got to make a profit off of you.
So stop letting people project their failure upon you, telling you something that you can't do. You can't start a business. You're not gonna make money right away. I'm pretty sure somebody told that to your boss. On these businesses, the companies that we work for, somebody told them that. But they broke through and made it happen, and now you slaving for them. So why not you? Because everybody, when it comes to self-improvement, and when it comes to elevating in life, a lot of people be afraid of it. People be talking about how they want to live this lavish lifestyle. They want to make this money. They sick of being broke. You can't be that tired of being broke. You can't be. You can't even save no money. And people in the comments saying that, where I'm going to get the money to start a business? You're going to get the money from cutting out smoking weed, cutting out buying alcohol, cutting out going on vacations. 3, 4. Listen, I want you to travel, but when you need to try to build something for yourself, let's cut back on the expenses. Eating out every day, McDonald's 3, 4 times a week. You guys heard all these things. It's not nothing new. It's true. You tired of hearing it because you're not doing it. Yes, it sounds cliche, but you're not doing it. That's why you get upset when you hear the same people tell you the same shit. The work works. You know it work. You don't have to keep watching these tips and tricks and do all these things. You people know, y'all adults, y'all know what y'all need to do.
See, and I'm glad he said, see, this I'm glad I subbed to his channel, man. Because he keeping it real the whole way through without being disrespectful. He being honest, open, and upfront. And he's like, look, man, the work is going to work. You just not working. You're not putting in the work. You're not doing the due diligence to get what you're trying to get. You got to make a sacrifice. The way you going to get money for a business is you're going to take the money you get from your paycheck and stack it, stack it, stack it. You're not going to be buying weed. You're not going to be buying alcohol. You're not going to be going out on the weekends. You're not going to be taking trips because you're going to be stacking that money because you got an idea and a goal, something you want to accomplish, something you want to see. Everything else is just whatever. It's like, this is what I see in my mind. I can't stop. I can't rest until I see that. I'm not worried about smoking no weed. I'm not worried about drinking no alcohol. I'm not worried about going to the club and partying. I'm worried about getting this shit done. I'm worried about accomplishing this dream. That's what he talking about.
To improve your life. If you so sick of the hustle, start creating. Stop hustling and start creating. You have to create something for yourself. You the only person that can change your life. You the only person that can put your family in position to never struggle again. Bring in extra income to give you some breathing room, and you don't have to be on the hamster wheel of check to check, bro. That's not a good feeling.
It ain't.
That's why a lot of people are so angry and depressed right now and on the verge of suicide. Because you're showing up to a job that you don't hate, but you're not doing nothing about it. And then you got people around you, people online, people in the comment section telling you that the thing that can actually help you out, the thing that can actually change your life, they telling you how hard it is. That they tried this and it didn't work out. So what? They losers. They gave up. Yes, it's going to be, setbacks and road, but you got to overcome those things. It's a challenge to live a good life. But it's rewarding though. Yes. When I got myself, I haven't been check to check in over 8 years now. I've been financially stable for a while since I got into the trucking industry. And I've been smart with my money, and I started investing inside of myself. I'm not drowning in debt. I don't have any credit card debt. I don't have any student loan debt. I don't have any I'm not borrowing money from nobody. I'm not living on nobody's couch. I'm not check to check. I got an emergency fund. If I lose my job, I got enough money to pay my expenses for a whole year. Because I cut back on a lot of things. I got discipline. I understand that no one is going to save me. I'm a grown man.
Yep.
I can't be laying up on nobody's couch. I can't be begging nobody to do nothing for me.
Yes, sir.
Because I understand in this country, they reward creators, and you have to become a creator, not just a content creator. I'm not talking about that because everybody can't do that.
Something.
Yes, you can make a lot of money creating content. It's easy. But I'm talking about services. You can create it's something that you're good at, but you so afraid to do it because you down yourself. And you got people. If you guys go back to that video that I made about 40, like a lot of where you guys came from, the 40 hours a week video, people in there projecting on everybody else of the failures that they done. And y'all listen to that.
That's real shit though. He right.
Why not you?
He right.
Why you can't bring in an extra couple $100 a month from starting your eBay business, Amazon business, cutting hair, babysitting, content creation, selling clothes, selling food, starting a food truck business? It's so many people. I work with people that got food trucks. I know guys that drive trucks. They got their own lawn care service, pressure washer service, or they own barbershops, and they still working a job. And they have no problem with doing both because it's easy. They not stressing. They not coming to work stressing because they know they got something that can supplement their income, bringing in more income for them to do more things. And if they need to separate from their job, it's not an issue. But you can't be fearful. You can't be scared, bro. You only got one life to live. Why not go all out with a bang? What's the worst can happen? Oh, you feel that starting your own business and you got to go back and work a job. So what? You're doing it now and you hate it. These jobs going to always be here. This $15, $16 an hour job that you working is going to always be here. It ain't going nowhere. They're going to always need people because you know why? People don't want to work. People on the side of the road begging for money. People even online. If you guys go on TikTok, they got a homeless section on TikTok where people just panhandling, begging for money on TikTok all day. People refuse to work.
Wow.
So for the guy that said, where I'm gonna get the money from, you get it from your job. You save some fucking money. Lower your expenses and things like that. Cut out the bullshit that you don't need and start saving money. It don't have to be a bunch of money you save, but over time it's gonna add up. If it's $25 a week, $50 a month, $100 a month, save that, bro.
It's a good video right here, man.
And it might take you a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, however long it take. What's the rush? It's time to lock in.
That was a good video. Yes, that was a good video. My brother, I appreciate this video, man. He basically touched on all the points about working these jobs, man. You never gonna get ahead. You can only just maintain. And what you maintaining with, you gotta take what you maintain, take a portion of that and stack that thing up. It might take a year, 2, maybe even 3 to stack that thing up to where you want it. But you gotta maintain the whole way. You can't lose focus. You can't fall off. You gotta be on it. You can't stop. You got to be focused the whole way. You can't have no distractions. You can't have nothing getting in the way. You got to be clearly focused forward. Focus forward. Focus forward. Not focus left. Not focus right. Not focus up, down. What? Focus forward. That being said, Professor Hawk signing out. Hawk Sensei bids you adieu. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. Sensei is out.